Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Thursday, December 12th indicate that now that Katharina Green has put a bullet in Clyde Weston's chest, Chad DiMera's attempts to get answers out of him will be unsuccessful. Chad might never have the opportunity to hear what Clyde had to say about Abigail DiMera, since he was just about to provide an update. Is this injury lethal? Is Clyde truly no longer there? Vancouver appears to be hosting some hospital scenes, but it might be too late for Clyde. Rather, those images might be more about getting Katharina examined following her traumatic experience as a captive. Despite being brainwashed, Kat Green fortunately managed to reach Katharina. In order to make this appear like self-defense, Chad, JJ Devereaux, and Gabby Hernandez may have covered for Katharina when she went after Clyde for retribution. In any event, according to Days teasers, Kat will call Aaron Green and deliver some very important news. When Kat tells Aaron that his mother is still alive, Aaron will be extremely relieved. Tate Black and Holly Jonas will experience some endearing moments that strengthen their bond. As Tate gets closer to sleeping with Holly, our Days forecasts that he would confess his love. Steve and Kayla Johnson will consider all of their decades together as Holly and Tate's youthful romance blossoms. Days can include flashbacks as Kayla and Steve reminisce about their enduring DOL romance. Steve will eventually be informed of all the Clyde mayhem, of course, but for the time being he will just enjoy his love for Kayla. They will celebrate the fact that Kayla and Steve are one of Salem's strongest couples. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Steve and Kayla will face some new difficulties in the future, but perhaps they will help one another get through any turmoil that may arise. Make CDL your go-to source for updates, news, forecasts, and other amazing Days of Our Lives spoilers. According to Tuesday, December 10th spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Hope Brady and Kayla Johnson met. Roman Brady and Steve Johnson at the bar. Hope raised worries on so-called Doug Williams III after Steve left for a meeting with Jack Devereaux. After having an idea, Hope contacted Harris Michaels, who was now working with the ISA and the Navy SEALs. Hope was able to verify that his narrative was accurate and that he was, in fact, Doug Williams' grandchild when Harris obtained the father's contact information. Hope was still dubious of Doug III's intentions, though. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Jennifer Horton Devereaux told Julie Williams about the necklace theft and the family's suspicions that Stephen Olsen was the one responsible. Julie simply couldn't believe it, and in flashbacks, viewers of DOL saw Doug III take the jewelry instead. Doug took Julie into an embrace and reassured her that she could always rely on him even if Stephen had abandoned her. Hope arched an eyebrow when she saw that embrace, but she was afterward kind enough to Doug. But Hope's warning immediately made her look a little threatening. Hope made it plain that she was fiercely protective of Julie, even if she had to return to Beau Brady in Europe. Hope promised to return and to be less amiable the next time if she discovered that Doug had done anything to harm Julie while she was away. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Jack was anxious to reassure Jennifer about JJ Devereaux and Chad DiMera's plan in the town square. However, Jack was secretly too anxious, so he confided in Steve and got some important news. Steve was able to get an apartment number by using his ISA contacts to assist focus his search for Clyde Weston in Vancouver. On Tuesday's episode of Days, JJ awoke to see Gabby Hernandez's arm resting on his chest. Gabby felt ashamed when she woke up, but JJ made fun of her for usually cuddling in bed. When the topic of Gabby's sadness over Stephen DiMera came up, JJ felt that Gabby deserved far better treatment. Clyde wanted Kat Green transported to the Pink Kitten Club's backstage at precisely 10 a.m., according to a note that was pushed under the door and read by JJ. Kat, meantime, tossed and twisted in her sleep, screaming. Kat was crying as Chad woke her from her nightmare about Katharina Green's passing and gave her a hug. Given their past, Kat felt bad for depending on Chad. Later, when things became even more tense, Kat blurted out that she still felt something for Chad, even if she didn't want it. Despite knowing that Chad would always despise her, Kat reassured him that she wanted to assist in locating Abigail DiMera's remains. When JJ and Gabby arrived at the door, they provided Clyde with the most recent instructions. A fresh strategy emerged after Steve gave Chad Clyde's apartment number over the phone. It was agreed that while JJ and Gabby searched the apartment, Chad and Kat would stall Clyde in the back room of the club. Before calling the police, Gabby and JJ wanted to learn more about Abigail's remains and Kat's mother. JJ and Gabby started searching the flat after breaking in. After Gabby helped JJ figure out that Clyde's laptop password was Nancy, JJ gained access and intended to use it to view Clyde's text messages. Sadly, Clyde arrived brandishing his gun and left Gabby looking frightened. Eventually, JJ saw that they were in an extremely risky situation. In order to make this fictitious handoff appear authentic, he led Kat to the club's back room while holding her at gunpoint. Kat was shocked to see that it was her mother until she saw someone else enter the room brandishing a gun. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Katharina will be heavily involved in the chaos in Clyde, therefore we'll be providing you with predictions for all the amazing things that will happen next. Almost everyone on Days of Our Lives, with the exception of poor Julie, seems to be aware that something is wrong with Doug Williams III. Although he does appear to be Doug's grandchild, there are still many unanswered questions regarding him. We want to know why he would take Alice's necklace while gaining favor with Julie and the Horton family, first and foremost. We'll need to go more into his motivations and background at some time, and that's just where his father, Charles, could be useful. And we mean it literally because Days of Our Lives paved the road for us to meet him face to face. Because Hope called her half-brother to check out Doug's story after finding his number in today's show, she had her first conversation with him. Hope received confirmation that Doug Williams III is, in fact, her nephew, although we might have requested a picture to accompany the history if we were her, but she also informed his father that he was in Salem. After speaking on the phone for a while, Hope assured them that they would meet up shortly. And it makes us hopeful that we will eventually get to meet both Doug's son and grandchild. He might go to Salem to see what Doug is up to, even if he and Hope don't actually get together. It seems like a huge waste if the show doesn't address the fact that Julie just told the younger Doug that the majority of the pictures on the mantle are of her family because her spouse didn't have many blood relatives. Unfortunately, actor Robert Clary died in 2022, so we won't be seeing Doug's best buddy and Charles's adoptive father, Robert LeClaire, again. We also won't get to meet Rebecca North, Doug's grandma, who died in 1979. However, this appears to be the ideal chance to meet Hope's half-brother and Doug's biological son. Hope was able to verify that his narrative was accurate and that he was, in fact, Doug Williams' grandchild when Harris obtained the father's contact information. Hope was still dubious of Doug III's intentions, though. On Tuesday's episode of Days, Jennifer Horton Devereaux told Julie Williams about the necklace theft and the family's suspicions that Stephen Olsen was the one responsible. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.